Yo, market is closed. Market is closed. NNC, NNVC, Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. As you can see, this is a nice little runner for today from 405 to 585. Tried to execute this thing twice. First round was at the pre-market breakout, but this is extremely choppy. So the most I could have made when I purchased here the first time was about I want to say 9%. Drop, tank below, wound up taking a 4% loss. In another account, this account, when it winded back up this way, if we go to the minute chart, as it winded, I wanted to break this high as I'm watching it in real time. So when I switched over to this account, it winded up breaking, but as you can see, again, had a huge pullback, and I winded up taking a 6.5% loss, and it ran all the way to 85. And now after hours, it's getting close to retesting that 85. But again, -6 plus 13, stick to the plan. 85 was about 11% total profit. So, and then it tanked again. So, overall, happy with my trades. As you could even see in this 15-minute chart, it's having a nice steady climb. This could still potentially run after hours, which might be a potential buy at this break of 585. It's at, as you can see over here in the time and sales tape, it's buying and selling right now between 579 and 582. And as you can see, this thing previously ran in the past. From here in this day, this is a one day from 320s to the 13s. So I mean, it's in the 580s right now. It's a potential buy. It's still a potential buy, and it also has history of it gapping. As you can see in this candle, gaps up. This candle gaps up, but it also has history of gapping down. So you know, and now it's at 585. Potentially breaking this 585 area, but I'm already done for the day. I've already placed 2 trades. That's part of the plan. So I'm just gonna, if it does wind up keep going, which it did break 585, as you can see over here in the green, 586, 586. So I mean, it does have the potential, but this right here, coronavirus related, the news that came out to present COVID-19 drug update at the LD 500 Central Conference. Just busted through to 589 on a new high. But, you know, wound up taking 2 L's, a -4 and a -6.5 today. Again, like I've been talking about, this market isn't catering necessarily to my particular niche and my strengths of things. So I decided just to step back a little bit. I didn't come to the market open, and by the time I came to the market, it was breaking out of this pre-market breakout above that line, right in here, and this is where I got into my first entry. The execution wasn't that great because it squeezed on me a little bit. The breakout was 513. I was in at about 532, just based off the execution. And now look, now it might be testing the 6s, which it could squeeze and have a nice little run. You know, it very well can. But I'm already done with this play. So, you know, this is actually the first time I've seen something really good as far as intraday movement that I've been seeing over the last few weeks, and now blowed past the 6, which is awesome. But as far as an intraday movement, this is beautiful. As you can see over here, this is a 15-minute. Each candle is 15 minutes. Once it broke, it ran. And I mean, this is typically what I look for. When it breaks the pre-market high, then it could run. And now we're getting into the 6s in the after hours. So sticking to the plan, respecting my risk. It just got a little too choppy. As you can see, spikes, pulls back hard, spikes, pulls back hard, spikes, pulls back hard, big spike, pulls back hard, spike again, pulls back hard, and now in the 615s in the after hours. I like it. It's a good sign that things might be now turning back into my favor. Just the way it was played, a little too choppy. But again, -6 plus 13, sticking to the plan, and just continue to take my paper cut losses. All right, I don't know. I want to say this is maybe 5 or 6 days in a row of red. But again, they're all very small losses. I winded up replaying this again when it broke here because it just showed strength. So it broke over the pre-market high and it dipped below, which got me out because it dipped below 6%, and then it came back. And lately they have not been doing that at all. When they broke, just like yesterday, when it broke the high, it just, just fucking faded out. But this one broke and then showed the strength again by re-breaking and holding in this area. And then even as you can see, I put this red line, it consolidated in between the 490s and the 511s this whole time in this choppiness before it broke out again. And now it's at 625. That would have been a beautiful buy, a beautiful breakout buy. Now it's just getting squeezed. So it's showing that this particular stock, this particular ticker is showing that the strength can regain. So after seeing this, it's going to get me, pretty aware. Now it's in the 630s. It's just squeezing. And from 630, from my buy points, we're in the 520s and the 530s in this area. So that could have been $1 a share off of, 200 shares, which is 20%. So, again, sticking on the right track. The market has not been in my favor, so I've kind of taken a step back a little bit, waiting for opportunities like this, and now it's squeezing to the 640s. That is beautiful. I mean, I want to see this kind of squeeze when it breaks here. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to it breaking the pre-market and just squeezing. Sometimes it gets really choppy like this, which will scare you out, which is why I prefer to take half positions now. Which originally I did take a half position here, and then I took another half when it dipped below here, and then because it just looks really strong. As you can see, even in the intraday volume, we have a spike of volume, pulls back, spike of volume, and then see spike, and then as you can see, the gradual climb. So let's just show this first part. So this is the area I'm seeing. As you can see, a gradual climb in volume from right here. Boom, 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 boom. And then it fades out again. But then it starts picking up again. Pop, 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 pop. Then a big pop, which is when it broke the intraday high. And it's real choppy in volume as well. So this is very promising for me as far as future trades. Maybe the market is turning back into my favor. I mean, it's still really not all that big of a percent gainer, 42%. I'm typically looking for something like this, 800% gainer, but unfortunately, I believe these were just reverse splits, or a reverse split, so it just raised the price, so it makes it look like, but realistically, I could show you the chart, and that's exactly what it was. See, and it just goes and it stays up there. So I mean, that's not something I want to trade. Yeah, it doesn't even, see right here, Brands announces a 1 for 10 reverse stock split, exactly like I said. Didn't even look at the news, but I just know by looking at it. So again, this is giving me promising signs that the market can come back in my favor when it comes to my particular niche of market caps under 50 and floats under 20. It traded roughly, and it's funny too because the float is about 6 million, and at the close, the volume is 14 million, so it rotated twice already. So I mean, this thing could just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and potentially gap up tomorrow. But again, overnight plays are not my strength. It's not part of my strategy, so no point in buying it now. But again, I took this stock showed me the strength. So I wanted to trying to get in twice, -4 and then -6.5% on the day. And like I said, man, this is I'm waiting. Okay, I'm just waiting for specifics, things that meet my criteria as far as what I like to trade. So this met my criteria market cap. This met my criteria in float. This met my criteria with some kind of news catalyst. It met my criteria with a pre-market breakout. So from the breakout point from 513 intraday, it got as high as 585 and then now 648. So that is a dollar, roughly $1.40 to $1.30 move on 200 shares, which would have been, over 20% profit. Even in here, which would have been a 70 cent profit from just the intraday high of 585 from the original breakout. 585, so 85 minus 13, so what, 72 cents. 72 cents times 200, so that had been over a 14% move, which would have met my criteria. But unfortunately, it was really choppy, and it did drop more than 6%. 2 times I entered, so I had to take my -4, -6. But this right here is telling me that we do have the potential coming back. But I would personally like to see 100, 200, 300% moves. Typically, I like to see a stock up 100% with rotating at least 3 times in volume from the float. And that will provide a propeller, a fucking move that just shoots me for a quick 13 to 20%. Okay? Typically what I'm looking for. So this had the potential. This is probably the best fucking chart pattern, the intraday chart pattern I've seen in the last 2 weeks. But hey, stick to my plan, -6 plus 13. So I'm just going to cut this one short. I want to say it's day 9, Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020, -4, -6.5. Maintaining the process. And like I said, man, hopefully this market will turn back in my favor at some point soon. I came into it late because, again, it's just not something the market has not been in favor for me personally. This would have been a great morning spike reversal, which is another pattern I like to play. You see the spike, comes down, starts reversing. But I don't like playing these until after 7 o'clock, which there would have been a pretty good entry in this candle over here. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart. So the break of here, this high, I could have possibly got in that reversal and been in at 712 in the 440s, and that would have been a great buy. And this would have definitely made, obviously it barely dropped, not even 1%. So that could have been a very great trade. But again, just the way the market conditions have been, I took a step back. So I want to see more of these back in play before I decide to start buying them again. I want to see that strength come back for me to have the confidence to purchase these and play these again. So this showed it. Haven't seen it in a while. So I was actually kind of excited just to watch this even after I took my losses, and for it to get as high as 648 after my purchases. It shows that this thing can build strength because it closed at 42% high but then just ran up. So it's probably realistically probably had a 60% move than a 42% move. But again, stick to the plan, respect the risk. Once these things start coming back to where I'm seeing this on a daily basis, then that's when things are going to start heating up for me. So, stick to the plan, respect the risk. -6.5, -4. I'm happy with the executions today. But tomorrow, definitely going to come to the market pre-market. Today, I came to the market after I got my daughter ready for school. So after 8:45 is when I approached the market. So tomorrow, definitely going to make sure I'm up pre-market to see what's popping. You feel me? All right. So, like I said, -6.5, -4. Can't be mad at that. That is part of the plan. All right. So that's it for today. Till next time.